king?
And as long as I am the king, we will not lose.
Or is he the court jester?
I'm suing him, the WSL, that union that is no good. This is my territory. I got my queen around here, and that's it.
Tonight, his old students will attempt to become masters.
If the X-Men know what's good for them, they will learn to bow to the king.
Richard Brown claims that he taught me everything that I know, but can you imagine Richard Brown doing the twister?
Meanwhile, Loden wants to reintroduce Shea Brown to her fists.
Shea always talks a lot of trash. That's because that's what she is trash. And tonight, I'm taking her out.
Denise thinks she owns the league, but let me tell you, I'm gonna be the new leader.
It's the Dice and the Riot next on Roller Jam. From Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida, this is Roller Jam Arena in the World Skating League. Happy to have you with us once again, everybody. I'm Rory Marcus, along with Lee Hawk Rearman. Tonight, the Nevada Hot Dice take on the Illinois Riot. The Riot, a team that since Denise Loden joined this team, it's as though the shackles have been torn off and she's going crazy.
Well, these Illinois Riot, Richard Brown early in the season said, somebody find me a woman. Well, he got Denise Loden. She's become the queen. And across from her today is going to be Shea Brown, somebody who modeled herself after Denise Loden. When these two get together, Rory, it's fireworks.
Shea Brown has really emerged as far as the Nevada Hot Dice are concerned. On the women's side, she's been tough.
Well, she's physically a large person, but she also is very fast. And, of course, she loves to get pumped up for the crowd. And then you've got Denise Loden. Heck, if you didn't think she was flashy, just look at that outfit. She also packs a wallop, as the two bod squatters there will attest to. And she even has a flair for the excitable, blowing a little fur on her friend Jamie Conamac.
Now on the men's side, Richard Brown, you mentioned, he's the king. He's the self-proclaimed king, at least. He's happy with the way things are going now. All of a sudden, he's very smug.
Well, in my book, Elvis is still the king, but Richard Brown and Ray Robles, I mean, there's not many people that could gang up on Tim Washington, Richard Brown and Ray Robles and some of their friends. It looks like a bunch of bees swarming on honey or something. Tim Washington, of course, escaped, but Ray Robles and Richard Brown are a 1-2 punch that is almost unstoppable right now.
Brown calling the whole team over to gang up on one player. That's the kind of thing he likes to do. He's about to skate on the track, so is everybody else. Let's get the player introductions. And here we go, and here they come. Shauna Brown goes by. That's Shea's sister. And meanwhile, there she is.
Oh, you bet. There she is, I'd say. Denise Loden doing a little ditty there on the entryway. And Roy, it looks like she's got a cast on her hand. I wonder where that's from. We're going to have to get Danny Wolf to get to the bottom of that one.
Looked like we almost burned Ray Robles' hair off coming in there, but so this guy's wearing a crown to guard against that.
I don't know if it was the flames, the 99-cent crown that Richard Brown's got on that almost burned Ray Robles, but he's here. This is his kingdom, he says. All ye here at Roller Jam Arena, bow to me.
Brown's on his turf, and speaking of Brown, here's another one. Shea Brown, and she's here and ready to go.
Well, even before King Richard named Denise Loden his queen, she was the de facto, undisputed leader of the World Skating League, and Shea Brown wants to stake her claim to that title war.
The Dice would love to knock off the Riot. The Riot finally lost the game last week with Denise Loden, and we'll find out what happens tonight. Broadway Danny Wolf is with Denise Loden.
All right, thank you, Rory. Denise, the obvious question is, what happened to your arm? We see you're wearing some sort of splint brace on your hand.
Yeah, there was a little scene at the mental institution when I went to visit Sean. I was trying to help him out, give him a little bit of support, but he went a little nuts on me. But it's fine, no big deal.
Okay, very interesting. And I gotta ask you, Lindsey Francis, Shea Brown, you get a shot at Shea Brown in just a minute. The last comment she made about you was you were a bad role model for young women today. As far as women athletics and young female athletes, you're a horrible, bad example to them.
Danny, you run around here, you really think you're like Danny the Scoop Wolf, don't you, with your little questions? Don't you?
I'm just asking you what I'm supposed to ask you. What do you...
Well, I tell you what, Shea today is going to become a positive role model for hospital patients, okay?
Hey, Shea Brown, the queen has spoken. She may have a cast on her hand, but she's still got some mouth to her. But Shea Brown trying to establish herself as a Denise Lowden-esque type player in the World Skating League, other than just a blocker. But Denise Lowden, what can you say that hadn't already been said? She's awesome.
Here we go, the first period ready to get underway, and that signals the beginning of the first period.
I like that little red outfit on she has on today, Rory. I know you like it too.
You like all her outfits.
Actually, I would wish well with her.
Kim Hart and Mindy Smith out there. Whoop, right underneath them goes a little Millie Guthrie. And Millie Guthrie's out alone now in the first jam of the night. Denise Lowden said Shea Brown will be a positive role model for hospital patients, but apparently looking at her arm, Sean Atkinson's a negative role model for hospital patients. But Lowden breaks apart the double block, and Millie Guthrie slips through for two.
Two red.
Two quick points for the Riot to start the game. And there's Shea Brown looking around to say, where the heck is Lowden? I want to get a piece of her.
Well, Denise Lowden, she provides plenty of opportunities for people to get a piece of her out there on the bank track. But knowing Denise Lowden and the new Denise Lowden under the tutelage and guidance of Richard Brown, I think that cast is going to be more of an asset as a weapon than a hindrance as an injury, Rory.
Yeah, you've seen it in football where a linebacker might leave a cast on and just whack that running back. I think Lowden has the same idea in this game right here. Eliana Bonilla is out there against Laura Weintraub. Weintraub for the hot dice, Bonilla for the Riot, and Bonilla is dumped by Laura Weintraub. Long striding style for this girl. Game just underway, and Weintraub getting up to the back of the pack now, and Millie Guthrie, who just jammed a moment ago, is back there to block. Weintraub tries her once, and again, both times she's turned away. And again, another shot. Denise Lowden waiting for, oh, you talk about a shot. That's a knee right into the midsection, the back attack as well. Lowden comes out here ready to play. Cast, no cast, whatever's happening to her personally, when that whistle blows, she's ready to go. It's 2-1, it's early in the game, and we'll be right back. Marcus along with Lee Rearman, and it's 2-1, the Illinois Riot leading the Nevada Hot Dice as we're just underway at Roller Jam Arena. So far, Denise Lowden's played a big part in this game already. Crystal Snyder gets out for the Riot, and chasing her, that's Mindy Smith. Smith unable to knock Snyder down the first time she tries her. They're trying to get rid of each other, and Smith does the job there so they can get around and score points on their own. But now, after getting rid of the jammer, they have the blocker to worry about, and that's Denise Lowden in this case, who misses the hip jack. Smith goes right by. Now it's Guthrie, and she missed her. Smith going up high and then down low, and inside and outside and everywhere she can. She's picked up at least 2 or 3 points already. And she's making the Riot look bad, which is even worse for them.
Oh, wow.
Look at the Riot skaters. They're scattered all over the track, and Mindy Smith calls off the jam. It was a big one. You'd think she'd have a smile on her face. Now, finally she does.
She picks up a bundle. She picks up a whole mess of points, Rory, but Mindy Smith, she's not the biggest girl on the track. She is one of the fastest, but the finesse that she showed on that jam, she just made Denise Lowden and friends look silly there.
The Riot grab the lead 5-2 now, and Kim Hart goes out. Millie Guthrie's out after her. She just did stay up on one skate, got her balance, and resumes the jam. Tried to put the knee up into Kim Hart's midsection and take her out. It didn't work that time. Hart gets another knee, and this time she gets the rail as well. And here goes Millie Guthrie into the double block of Shea Brown and Katie Cooper. A tough duo to get around. Guthrie sizes them up and sets them up for Denise Lowden. She could see the block coming. The blockers could not, and there she goes. Shaking.
That was a little bit of a new nuance to that psychedelic fun dance she does to go along with that psychedelic fun package she wears. And I gotta say, I like it. I don't know if Shea Brown appreciated it too much. You can see her dissatisfaction personified.
Apparently she doesn't like it.
Katie Cooper and Shea Brown come around with the double block. I think they saw her out of the corners of their eyes, Rory, but it was too late. They tried to separate, but Denise Loden just decapitates the two-headed monster. And here we go. Oh, yeah. Shake, rattle, and roll.
And then the fight as Brown came over and challenged Loden, and they went at it for a while before Sean Corbin got in there. Here he comes. That's the job you wish you had, isn't it? Women's only, though, right?
Oh, sure. I'd much prefer to get in there with Denise Loden and Shea Brown than Mark D'Amato and Richard Brown. I'm sure Sean Corbin thinks the same.
5-4. The Hot Dice have the lead. Guthrie, who just jammed a moment ago and very wisely did not accelerate because she could see that Loden was setting up that big hit. But now she's hit herself by Mindy Smith. Smith comes up to the pack, and Loden's waiting, waving that big cast on her right arm. And she's playing like it doesn't hurt one bit. You know it does, but she's not letting it affect her at all. Loden hits Mindy Smith again, and another time. 18 seconds left on the jam. Shea Brown's waiting. On her back, flat on her back. And all of a sudden, Brown's into the game. Somebody lit a fire under that girl. How does it feel, she says. And Denise will pick herself up and say, well, not very good.
She's amped, Rory, Shea Brown. We talked about her wanting to come in here and make a statement. Well, she's making it with her actions and with her words. Right here, once again, stealing a roll them bones from her teammate, the X-Man, Mark Webber. Hey, Denise Loden, what's the license plate of that truck?
Here comes Mark Webber, the X-Men, ready to go for the Hot Dice in the second period. As the men will take to the track, so will the King, Richard Brown. Don't go away. The men coming up next.
For the Dice, welcome back. Now it's time for the men. Mark Webber, like Shea Brown, he's trying to stake his claim to royalty here in the World Skating League. He's got the physical ability. Sometimes his leadership is lacking. And the King, just like the Queen, he's awesome, Rory.
But Broadway Danny Wolf has King, Little Richard Brown. Danny, tell him I'll give him $1.50 for that crown.
I'm not going to tell Richard Brown that, Rory. Anyways, don't look at me like that, please. You're facing two of your ex-students, and I'm talking about McDaniel and Weber. You used to be their teacher.
Used to be their teacher. I still teach them everything. Everything they've learned, I taught them. So, yeah, they're good. They have no right but to be good. I taught them. I'm the King.
Thank you, Richard. And you notice I didn't wish you good luck this time.
Why aren't you wishing me good luck? Ever since you wished me good luck, we've been the hottest team in here. Wish me good luck.
No. You said if I wish you luck, you're going to pop me in the face. I'm not going to fall for that.
You better wish me good luck.
No, you're going to hit me.
I'm going to hit you if you don't wish me good luck.
All right, good luck, Richard.
Don't need it, but thanks.
Why do I have this feeling that if they lose the game, he's going to blame me? Back to you, Rory and Hawk.
It will be your fault, Danny.
Danny can't win. Speaking of winners, thumbs up for the ring girl.
That was sure sincere, the way Danny wished the King good luck, wasn't it?
You're going to hit me. I think,
Well, okay. Good luck then.
I think Danny's still going through puberty.
Here we go. Second period underway, 6-4. Hot Dice have the lead in this game, and they send out Micah Martin. And Martin right now has his hands full with number 54, Mike Tanner. Tanner slips inside on him and then goes back up high on the track. Martin trying to keep his balance. Can he do it? Almost. Not well enough, though, as Tanner sneaks through, scores a couple of points, and calls off the jam. Whoa, and Reagan Robles just knocked Mark Webber for a loop.
Let's go, Brown.
Away from the play and after the play.
After the jam was over, Roy, we saw more action than we did during the jam. I'm not sure if some of these guys heard their whistle. And they're still going.
They're yelling at fans. Brown and Robles, somebody has a sign they don't like. Oh, gee. That woman has more nerve than sense. Look at Richard Brown.
He took off his crown. I'm not sure if somebody gave him $1.50 that, or maybe they topped your offer, Rory, but whatever you want to say about the guy, he says he taught them everything they know. Well, he's still teaching them a thing or two when he goes against these young guys.
We gave him an idea that he put it on the internet. It's up to $1.52 now. 6-6 tie. Two jammers out for the Illinois Riot. Mo Sanders is one of them. And the other one's Travis Wills. Well, against Micah Martin, and catching from behind is Christian Salvia. Look at Brown, look at Robles. They're working over Weber. They do this a lot. They don't even care about the jam. They don't care about the points. All they want to do is destruction. They go after the star of the other team. And Robles, boy, he's mad because he wants that sign out of there. That put him in a bad mood, as though he's ever in a good mood.
Well, no points were scored, Roy.
No red point, one white point. I got a one jam penalty on Robles for holding. Illegal blocking. He can't hold. Robles all over the hold. Get on the track. Get on the track.
Richard Brown looks like one of those little dolls you put in the window with his head popping around like that. But you said it, Rory. They were going after Weber. They didn't care if they scored points. Got no points. Got a guy in the penalty box. But they're just trying to let these young guys know that they are here and they are going to be physical, and these young X-Men better watch it. They're trying to make a statement, and they're doing so right now, Rory.
You think we could make any money with a Richard Brown bobblehead doll?
I don't know if we can get a crowd to fit on that little thing.
Micah Martin with a nice move. Takes out Mike Tanner, and now Martin with his team leading 7-6. Moves up to try and get some points with Robles in the box, and Brown back to block. Oh, Micah Martin with those young legs got by Richard Brown, slipped down, gets back up, gets another point, has Brown in front of him again, and makes him look sick again.
And he's taunting him, Rory. The student showing the teacher a thing or two. Hey, old man, watch me go, says Micah Martin.
Micah Martin with a big jam. He called it off because he saw Brown coming again.
He voluntarily took his helmet off. He's an illegal jammer.
No score, no points, because he took his helmet off. Micah Martin took the helmet off.
Voluntarily. You're an illegal skater.
What are you
You're
talking
an
about?
illegal skater. Get moving. Let's go.
Well, all that effort was
He
for
took his
naught,
helmet off
apparently.
voluntarily.
Well, it makes for a nice highlight, but it didn't give him any points.
The rule states you can't take your helmet off voluntarily if it's knocked off, which little Richard Brown has a habit of doing pretty often to other people, including Mark Weber. If it falls off, you're okay, but Sean Corbin making a very technical ruling that he voluntarily took his helmet off, Rory. Therefore, all his points were taken down.
Mark Weber, who's had a tough night already, now puts on the Jammer's helmet and says, I'm going out there and I'll get the points. I'll leave my helmet on. I won't worry about Richard Brown or Ray Robles. I'll show these old guys how to play. That's been his goal since the day he joined the World Skating League. He thinks 25 and under ought to do it for everybody. And Brown says, look at this. I might be old, but I learned this a long time ago, kid. So far, Weber has not been able to get around Brown. Still can't do it. Now he'll get by him. Look at McDaniel.
Here we go. The party's on. The party's on, McDaniel.
Jason McDaniel took down Richard Brown. He didn't have that play in his playbook when he skated out there for the first time about 40 years ago. Talking about Brown, but he sees a lot of it now when McDaniel gets him.
Trying to teach the youngster a thing or two. Well, speaking of a thing or two, I think little Richard Brown is seeing actually a few too many things or two as his face buried in that WSL logo on the infield. He calls himself the king.
Well, there's the court jester right there. And he got the better of it this time.
Oh, the Jason juggle. You gotta love it, Rory. Look at the enthusiasm. He's almost crying. He's so excited. Good for him.
11-6. It was a big jam for the Hot Dice. They lead the game by 5 now. This will be the final jam of the first half. Travis Wills gets out there first. And Micah Martin, this time wisely leaving his helmet on. Maybe he learned his lesson. Chases. Martin whacks Wills a couple of times. Snaps his head back. And now gets rid of him. And Wills trips up the other Riot jammer. That leaves Martin. Micah approaches Richard Brown, who I think probably has some revenge in mind. Look at, he's not blocking, he's just grabbing and holding. He has a hold of Martin. He wants to dump him, he did it. And now the pack is all jammed up.
Where's he going?
The King took them all down, and the two Riot Jammers get through there.
8 ring. 8 ring.
Mike Tanner and Travis Wills rack up 8 points. Brown celebrates. We're at halftime. Don't go away. Universal Studios in Orlando, where the King is holding court here. It's halftime. The Illinois Riot and the Nevada Hot Dice. The Riot lead the game 14-11. Rory Marcus along with Leah Rearman. And it's been quite a first half. Right away for the women, Denise Loden. As soon as that whistle blows, she's ready to go for the Illinois Riot. And of course, you know about little Richard Brown and Ray Robles. A lot of highlights to show you. Let's get right to it.
Denise Loden, we wanted to take a special look at that arm coming into the first period. Well, she showed that she can still play, injury or no injury. Her and Shea Brown mixing it up, in the rail biter by Jason McDaniel shows the King a thing or two, and Richard Brown did it the old-fashioned way with a pig pile.
We want to show you a thing or two that involves the King, so here comes rail bites.
Get the pack together! Get the pack together! Get it together! Get the pack together!
Over here on this side. Right there. You interviewing me here or nowhere?
Are you trashing me?
Nah, I gotta teach you your job.
What in the heck is going on with you folks? Patsy, where are you? I don't believe this. You girls better start getting your asses together or you're gonna be finding another job. And someone's booing me, you don't boo the King.
Hey, King! What's up, King?
What hit me?
What happened?
You better get out my face. Bye, Karen.
That's wrong, man.
Hey,
That
life
is
is
wrong.
rough.
That is wrong.
Hey, what can
That
I
is
tell
wrong.
you? How many people have we carried out that you messed up?
All right.
All right, yeah.
All right.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Get on him! Get on him! Get on him! Get on him! Get! Go! Get out my face! What? Let's go.
Going into the Illinois Riot huddle. Richard, what are you discussing with the men?
None of your business. This is private. Get away from here. What is wrong with that fool?
Back down to that fool.
All right, thank you, Rory. And Mark D'Amato, when you demand microphone time, you know I'm not one to deny you that. So you said you wanted Kenneth Logue, you wanted microphone
Shut
time.
up and give me the mic. Danny, as you know, and as all the fans know, I'm generally easy to get along with. However, you are on my nerves. And I have a proposition for you. The proposition is, the next time the enforcers skate the Sundogs, the loser relinquishes his power to the other.
What?
All duties, responsibilities, and any connection with the management of this league is given to the winner of that game. And I know, being the coward you are, you will never accept this. Wait a minute, I'm not done. There's one stipulation. You keep those bloated freak clowns from the ECW away from that game.
Kenneth, I mean, that's quite a challenge, putting your power, what power you have left in the World Skating League, on the line with your Sundog. I mean, do you accept the challenge?
If that's what it takes to finally be rid of you, the Sundogs will happily clean your clocks one more time, Mr. D'Amato. The wrestlers did not win that game. Did they skate? Did they score any points? Did they jam? No. All they did was prove my point that when the rules are enforced, the better team wins, and they'll win again.
Well, let me ask you really quickly, Mark. I mean, you're making a bet on a competition, on a sport you're participating in. I mean, 20 years from now, when you may get inducted to the World Skating League Hall of Fame. I mean, we saw what happened to Pete Rose. He allegedly bet on games he was involved in, and that kept him out. You don't want to be kept out of the Hall of...
Once again, Danny, about the Hall of Fame, I don't give a big, fat, flying...
Don't do that, D'Amato. Well, next time they face each other, it'll be his power against his power, and the winner will take it all. Back to you, Rory and Hawk.
Thanks a lot, Danny. We still have a game to play. A second half coming up with Shea Brown and the Nevada Hot Dice Against the Illinois Riot, Denise Loden trying to knock Brown down a notch or two. 14-11, the Riot lead the game. Stay with us. Roller Jam Arena, halftime is over. The challenge has been issued between Logan D'Amato. That'll be interesting. And hey, little girl with your red dress on. It's period number 3.
I was told I couldn't talk about her anymore, Rory. I'm being punished.
They didn't tell me that. Here we go.
You're being punished. You got to sit with me.
That's bad. You're right. It's 14-11 as we start the second half with the Hot Dice trailing it. And Shea Brown will jam as we get this third period underway. You talk about a jam, that's the only way you can score points. The jammer with the black helmet trying to lap the opposition. More specifically, if she were to get by Millie Guthrie, number 53 right now, she'd have 1 point. And that's why Guthrie's putting her elbow right into her midsection. Guthrie working over Shea Brown. Shea Brown, look out, Shea, here comes Loden. Loden's got her in her sights. No, that's not easy. It's not like she's a petite little thing.
Well, this is similar to what we saw in the first half. Denise Loden has made this back attack move her own. And Shea Brown looks like a little payback there. If you remember the first half, Rory, in the first period, she was taunting Denise Loden. How does that feel? I think were her exact words, standing over a fallen Denise Loden. Well, the shoe was on the other foot there, and Shea Brown was on her back.
14-13, the Riot lead is 1 here in the third quarter. And Shea Brown, after that, wants to jam again, and Loden grabs the jammer's helmet and says, I'm going out there. And now it's just the 2 of them. Now it's only 1 of them, and that would be Denise. I'd like to know where she bought that outfit. Where do they stock something like that? Here comes Loden around the track, and Brown's going to drop back and block, and with her goes Katie Cooper. As a matter of fact, Cooper will take up the blocking first. And Cooper, the captain of this team, rips a right elbow into Denise Loden, and now Brown says, let me at her. This rivalry is building. Brown's got her helmet. Oh, face first into the trap. And the showgirl sizzle lives, and there's a little imitation.
And she even has a little dance of her own after this bulldog. Nice shot at Denise Loden, an angle that I kind of prefer. Great job, Shea Brown.
Shea Brown now will go to the infield for a jam and lead the cheers. One thing about the Hot Dice, these young skaters, they really root for each other on this team. It's still 14-13. The Riot by 1. Mindy Smith for the Dice. Millie Guthrie for the Riot. 2 good jammers, quick on their skates. Skillful players in this league. Millie Guthrie slips inside along the turn. Mindy Smith, though, is tough. She won't go down. Neither one of them giving an inch till finally, Guthrie finally gets the better of her. Jim Hart gets knocked out of there. There goes Cooper. It's Loden who's wrecking the pack. And Guthrie slips through, gets the points, and calls it off. Heads up move.
Laura Weintraub was taken down by Denise Loden, but it was almost made to look easy. And Millie Guthrie just kind of comes around because of some sloppy play by the Hot Dice and picks up a bunch of points.
We spent so much time talking about Denise Loden's outfit, but she can make a lot of things look easy on skates. She is a terrific player. 17-13, the Riot leading. I just saw Shauna Brown of the Riot give Shea Brown of the Hot Dice a shot in the back. In the pack there, they're sisters, but they're wearing different uniforms right now. Laura Weintraub is out there for the Nevada Hot Dice. She takes a hit from Norma Marshall, but keeps on going. Marshall will try her again, and this time, down they both go. And sneaking past him is Mindy Smith.
And she's really opening it up, Rory. She's making up that gap to the pack fast, and just watch her go. What a fun skater to watch, Mindy Smith.
She made up a lot of ground, but now her progress will be slowed because Denise Loden's back there blocking once again. 17-13, the Riot leading the game. The Hot Dice trying to catch him. Loden working over Mindy Smith. And Loden shoved into the shoulder. are taking turns abusing one another, aren't they?
Let's go, let's go,
Brown
let's go.
stands over her fallen compatriot, her comrade on the track, but certainly not in uniform.
Well, this might turn out to be whoever is left standing with this kind of a battle. That was a King Kong move. Shea Brown may have stolen from Big Tim Washington's New York Enforcer menu, but Denise Lowden occupied with Mindy Smith. Shea Brown never wanted to let an opportunity go by. Wow. She was barking after that jam, Rory. We got her dancing, we got her sizzling, we got her barking. This Shea Brown, something else.
17-14, the Riot by 3. This is the final jam of this third quarter. Then the men will be back on the track. But right now, Shea Brown gets out there. She's having a big third quarter for the Hot Dice. Crystal Schneider goes out after her. And the two jammers have it to themselves. Shea Brown has it all to herself right now.
And this is why a lot of people compare Shea Brown to Denise Lowden. Denise Lowden can jam and block equally well. She's big, but also has speed. Well, Shea Brown's the same, Rory. You saw her with a physical jam last time. Now we're seeing some speed. We may see more physical.
Look at Lowden. Looked like she was celebrating that they let her out of that mental institution. She said, I'm just a visitor, I gotta go. Shea Brown is finding out now, though, that Lowden packs a punch. And Denise is gonna roll her into the infield, I think.
No.
She has her hair, and they now the bench. Oh, and she didn't even have a helmet on.
You're out of the game. Get out of here. You're gone. Get out of here. Go. You're gone. Get out of here.
Believe me, she's not checking to see if she's all right. She's, let's see that look on her face. Shea Brown is furious.
And Denise Lowden just opened up a door to the dark side.
Surprising, isn't it? I thought everything was goodness and light in the World Skating League. But look at that.
Man, a woman scored or some bad cliche.
Head right into a metal bench is scored, that's for sure. The X-Men ready to go as we get set for the fourth and final period. We'll decide the winner of this game. Robles and Brown, you know they'll be tough. Stay with us. About to begin. I have inside word that it was Broadway Danny Wolf who made the Robles sucks sign. Go ahead and tell him about it, Danny.
Well, Ray Robles, I know you've got a fiery temper, but why are you letting a sign like
What
Robles?
I'm going to say is that I deserve all the respect in the world. I don't believe in these people bringing in these signs, and I hate those signs. They should respect me. You know what?
Where's he going?
She was ready to leave, and he's ready to go get her. Good thing the arena security is there.
That's your buddy, Rory, that big guy.
Oh, yeah. We're close. Did you see that woman start to leave the building when Robles went over there?
His face gets all red.
Here we go. Fourth quarter underway, but security stepped in, and Robles will have to skate, try and rip that thing out of his mind if he can. He seems obsessed with that sign. Bo Sanders is out there now for the Illinois Riot, and Jason McDaniel's after him for the Dice. McDaniel won't catch him, though, because he was just sent over the rail by Andy Wallace. And that leaves Sanders with Wallace trailing, two Riot jammers with a chance to score. Weber's back there. Sanders tries to sneak by him. Wallace is after him as well. McDaniel and Weber in the back of the pack for the Hot Dice. And Weber, who had to get up this morning. Oh, man, and put a safety pin in his eye. Now gets a shot in the midsection from the King himself.
Got 3 rings.
Richard Brown, when he starts to mug for the camera, Rory, he just knows that he gets his crowd going. He's blowing a kiss at one of our referees, but this battle's been going on all day. The young X-Men going against the teacher, while the student is on his back and the teacher stands over his prey. Class dismissed, says Richard Brown.
20-15, the Riot now leading it by 5. Just watching Robles in the pack. Every time he goes around that one section, he looks over there to see if the sign is up.
That's probably one of his relatives.
On his wife's side.
I think it is his wife.
20-15, the Riot by 5. And once again, the Jammers get out of the pack. Trying to pick up some points as the game just has a few minutes to go. Just over 4 minutes left. Jason McDaniel for the Hot Dice. And Mike Tanner for the Illinois Riot. The Riot in red, the Dice in the white and green. McDaniel up high on the track. And Tanner sends it right into Brown, and the King throws him back first into the Royal, and then gives him the right hand, and down and out he goes.
We're 2 jams in, Rory.
So get out of here, Logan.
Richard Brown has dispensed of 2 X-Men. I wonder if Micah Martin is worried about this 3rd jam, but Jason McDaniel in a heap over the rail. Richard Brown makes it look easy. The jam before, he took care of Mark Webber. And Micah Martin, you may have a big bullseye on your forehead. You're the only one who hadn't been dispensed of in this period so far. You think he realizes that? I'm sure he does.
Oh, he can count. He realizes it. Brown went over and high-fived with Loden after that last move. And Micah Martin, he's not letting it intimidate him. He goes out on the jam for the Hot Dice and rips a right arm into Mo Sanders. Oh, man, a violent collision with the rail right there. But right away, Travis Wills gets up and goes on skating. Man, these guys are tough. Micah Martin gets back there, and it's Robles to block. Robles is working him over. Mark Webber in the back of the pack sends Mo Sanders packing. And now Webber wants to go after Robles, and he does. He sent him up over and out off the rail and down, way off the track when Robles, I hope he's not hurt. He went into the pyro setup. Oh, Webber just threw Richard Brown down and puts his skate on his chest.
Well, Richard Brown had 2 jams under his belt.
And look who's back on the track, Robles, and he's after Webber. Webber wants to dump him, that's twice in the last minute that Robles has been dumped off the track.
And Webber looks like Shea Brown did last period, Rory. He's just got a fire under him.
Look at this guy.
Ray Robles fresh off the pyro crate over on our staging area, but watch this spill of Ray Robles. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, that's a metal crate that's probably about 400 degrees. And Mark Webber says, I can bring a little heat on the other side of the track.
Just over 2 minutes to play in a tight game, 20-19, the Illinois Riot leading it by 1. And who's going to win it? Will it be the young guns of the Hot Dice, or will it be the old veterans of the Riot pulling a trick out of their big book and pulling this game out? We'll see. There goes McDaniel flying again. This guy's got wings just about. And he sneaks up behind Mike Tanner. Now Tanner knows he's there. Tanner gives McDaniel a shot. If McDaniel gets a chance to win this game with the twister, you know he'll do it. Setting up to block back there, you've got Robles. And you've got Bill Rokover. McDaniel tries him once. Weber's back there with him. He says, follow me. I'll lead you through. Talking about the twister, they might have just set it up right now. Let's see. Webber gets on his skates, pulls them both down.
Genius. Follow the yellow brick road. It's a twister. It's a twister.
Don't make me tell you one more time.
Jason McDaniel fires up the crowd, gets his female teammates on their feet, and gives his team the lead.
Well, you called it, Rory. We're not in Kansas anymore. Mark Webber takes down the double block. NEM, it's a twister. It's a twister. Where's Toto?
And look at McDaniel. Boy, he doesn't lack in enthusiasm, does he?
Well, it looks like his head's going to pop off his shoulders sometimes when he gets those veins bulging like that. But the athletic ability of these guys, little Richard Brown, he tries to intimidate him. But once these guys get to going, this kid looks like he's almost ready to cry. He's so excited, Rory.
1 jam left. 21-20, the Hot Dice lead it. And Broadway said, hey, teach me that, will you? I don't think it's going to take, though. Mo Sanders gets a, no, that's not Mo Sanders, that's little Richard Brown. Skating the top of the track and staying on his feet. You talked about Brown hadn't gotten Micah Martin yet. Well, he might have saved it up for it with the game on the line to do it. And he's all business now. Richard wants to win this thing.
This will be the last jam, Rory.
This is it. Game's on the line. The Dice trying to protect a 1-point lead. And Weber back there. Oh, he rips one into Brown, who bounces right back up like a yo-yo. Robles missed it. Missed the block on Weber. And Weber sends Brown down again. 10 seconds left in the jam. Micah Martin scoots by. The whistle blows. No score for either team. That means the Dice hang on and win it. 21-20. Weber had the game in his hands if he could keep Brown from scoring, and he didn't.
Well, Richard Brown was hoping to find one more trick in his bag. Put on the Jammer helmet on to try to snatch a victory. He almost got there, Rory, but the result is a Hot Dice X-Men Shea Brown victory.
You know what the big problem with this game for the Riot was, don't you? Danny Wolf's good luck wish. Mark Weber and Jason McDaniel standing by with Broadway. Danny Wolf.
Tremendous victory for the Hot Dice. Jason McDaniel, Mark Weber. Jason, the twister was amazing. It gave your team the lead for good. Tell us about that play.
Well, I set my throw in there for a little bit of fun every once in a while. I knew I was going to get the 2 points, but as everybody knows, the students were the teachers tonight. The game is over, and we are the victors.
Yeah, Mark Weber. Yeah.
Get out of here with your ugly-looking self.
Hold on, let me tell you something, brother.
Get your hands off my crown. You ever take my
You know what?
I'll kill you.
I should take the crown because now
I don't get nothing.
you bow down.
I don't bow down to nobody. I don't bow down to nobody.
Bow down.
I bow down upside your head. I don't bow to nobody. I am the only king around here.
Nobody here. You don't nobody.
It's your fault I lost tonight.
What do you mean? I wasn't
Wish me luck. I told you never wish me luck again. It's your fault.
You made me.
I ain't made you do nothing.
Rory and Hawk, back to you. I'm getting out of here.
I told you it was Broadway's fault.
Yeah. Over the Whopper.
Home of the Whopper, says little Richard Brown. As long as it's not my fault. And the X-Men are chanting Burger King.
He took a Burger King Whopper of a loss tonight. Little Richard, the King, loses 21-20. Mark D'Amato and Kenneth Logue will settle things on the track. That's coming up next. Who will rule the league? Don't go away.